I'm Devin.
And together we're Dads and Dice, two brand new dads who like to play some games during our free time.
Yeah, and this is our Splendor Afterthoughts. We just got done with a pretty fun playthrough of Splendor. If you like this video, if you like that video, if you like any of these videos, please give us that like. It really does help our video get out there, get seen. Also, subscribe. We're putting videos like this out all the time on a weekly basis, so you don't want to miss it, and we don't want you to miss it. Anyway, just got done with this game of Splendor. It kind of flew by. I think that's one of the things I like about this game the most is that it is so quick, right? You can literally, I didn't look exactly at what our time was on this, but if I had to guess, probably 10 minutes, and I love that about this game.
Yeah, it's a really good game. We've played it in person here on Board Game Arena. I just looked at it; it took about 18 minutes to do, so really not that much time into it. We were able to talk the entire time and play the game, so it's not something that is just going to be on there, right? Like you can do other stuff besides just play the game. It's a really cool game. Like I said earlier, I was going to try a new strategy, and it was so close to working. I was 1 point away. But my strategy this time was I was only going to buy cards from that middle row. I think I bought one card from that bottom row. So my entire plan this time was only buy a card if it gives you points. So don't waste time on any of the other ones, just the cards that give you points.
So crazy, right? I actually kind of picked up on that strategy right away because the first card you did buy,
Yeah.
I can't remember, those were 3 points or so. It was like a green card. But I noticed that right away that I'm like, wow, he went for the big cards worth a whole lot of, or that cost a lot of chips, right? And I honestly did the exact opposite strategy.
Yes.
I ended up with all three nobles, and that was really, I mean, the bulk of my points, right? 18
Mm-hmm.
points, or half my points, I should say. But I just like, once I was on turn 5 or 6, I was not really taking chips anymore. I was just
Mm-hmm.
buying cards off what I have. So it was really interesting to see those two different strategies. And actually, you pulled off to this really quick lead, right? Because once you had
Yes.
bought a couple cards, you were at like 9, 10 points, and I was sitting at like 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that I'm like, wow, I'm getting completely smashed in this game.
Yeah, that was and but you could tell immediately when your engine actually kicked in, you were just able to buy this card. You were getting cards almost every turn, where it was taking me two, maybe three turns to get that card. I mean, I liked the strategy. I think you do need a little bit of mixture of both of them to get it working real well, but I thought that was good just to just get some that are worth something. Try to make every move valuable.
You know what? I think that's true, right? After seeing really how well you did, right? As you said, you were a turn away, or 1 point away,
Yeah.
and really depending on how the cards fell, you could have hit that, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
you could have taken a 3 point card instead of a two, or a two instead of a one, or whatnot. That, yeah, maybe a mix of it, right? My thing with this game, the strategy I just played is almost my go-to strategy, right?
And
Like,
that's usually what I always do also.
right. And so maybe you switch a bit sooner than, okay, so you don't have a complete engine that will constantly buy each card, but maybe you only spend 1 or 2 chips on the middle
Mm-hmm.
row, right? I don't know.
Yeah, and
It really makes me think.
like what you said, you got all three of the nobles. Did I get one? I guess I got one too. I thought there was only three out there. Um, but I wasn't going for the nobles at all, right? That wasn't my strategy at all. And the fact that I was, 1 point away from doing it without even going for that, that kind of shows you that you can kind of do it another way. Maybe the strategy is like you said, go for that first row and then just move up to the second one. Or maybe like me, just go for that second row and then maybe start building your engine a little bit more to just buy stuff. I don't know.
The one thing I do find in this game, so even your strategy, right? eh, Did you buy any of the third row cards?
I did not.
I
Yeah.
find in most games people don't, right?
Mm-hmm.
It almost seems like too much of an investment. Now, with that said, I did get one at the very end of the game
Mm-hmm.
because I was So the turn before I ended it, I realized I had enough if I just took two chips that I could get it, and
Yeah.
it was really what got me the victory because it was worth 4 points and it gave me the third noble, right?
Hmm.
And I realized that, so it was a 7 point turn.
Yeah.
Um, but I just feel like most of the time, I don't know. You think like the design of the game to me is like, oh, you buy these first row and you get a few of them, and then you start buying the second row and you get a few of them, and then you buy the third row, and then that wins the game, right? And
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't ever see it really playing out that way
Well, I mean,
necessarily.
if you look at it, like on that second row right there, right, the blue and the red one, they're worth 6 gems. Now it's hard to get six of the same color, especially if you're, not building an engine like I was. It's
Right.
hard to do that. But then on the top row, it's 7 black ones to get that first one. So I mean, it's one more point, but that's at least another turn that you have to give, right? So like,
Yeah, and
is it worth the three, or is one more turn and one more gem worth one extra point?
right, or compare it to so you're looking at the 7 black, right?
Hmm.
Look two over. That one
Yeah,
costs 6 blue, which is the exact same cost there, plus another 6 gems for one more
yes,
point, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Now, I don't think I think we've actually talked about this that you've never played the Marvel version, right? And the
I have
Marvel
not.
version, although it is just a reskin of it, the idea of the game is you're building the Infinity Gauntlet, right?
Hmm.
So you actually to win the game, there's several victory conditions. It's I think they made it reaching 16 points instead of 15, but I'm not sure on that point. But really the more important thing is you have to get one card of each color, right? Which we both did, and you
Hmm.
also have to get the one card off the top row. It's like I believe it's the Soul Stone, right? Is what the top row cards are. So it does make it where you have to get a little bit of everything and can't kind of do what we're talking about.
I,
Um,
I think I kind of like that. That seems to make it a little more balanced, at least. Like everybody has to have the same kind of thing. Um, I don't know. The one thing with this game is it always seems like it ends super abruptly to me. Like there's no huge build up to it. That's like the one kind of complaint that I have about it. Um, I know we've talked about Century and stuff like that, and we've compared it to Splendor. Uh, Sometimes I see that happening in that game too, right? It's just kind of like, oh, somebody bought it and I could have done it in one more turn, or and that's kind of cool in a way, but it's also just like, oh, okay, I guess that was it.
yeah, I guess that's part of the problem with the race style games, right? Is
Yeah,
that that's oh, I got to the finish, that's it, right?
yeah,
Whereas, your point salad games, it's like, oh, you just play them out and then at the end you have that little exciting, let me add up all my points
yeah.
and see how it is.
But I mean, overall, that was a good game. That was fun. A little bit different, and I guess that's the one cool thing about this. You can try new stuff, and I know next time we play, I'll try something a little bit differently.
Okay, thank you guys for watching this. Thank you for all the support that you give us. We really do appreciate it. I know I harp on it, but it's because we really do appreciate it. We appreciate you guys, but please give us those likes, give us those subscribes, comment. We enjoy all of that, so please keep it up. That's all we got. Thank you for watching our Afterthoughts on Splendor. Bye.